So there's quite a few things I wanted to get through, and I had some maybe if the internet is good and everything's good, we can also do some like demonstrations. So let's kick it off. So what's Mango Markets and why is Mango Markets? So starting off like back in August of 2020, you guys have all heard about Serum, obviously. I heard about Serum, and for many reasons, I wanted to market make on Serum as a sort of just to get my feet wet into DeFi, maybe like in a similar position as a lot of you are currently. Um, and you know, Serum's great, and it was like great to do spot trading, but to market make, to provide liquidity on a spot venue, you kind of need leverage. You kind of need margin trading. That's really dramatically improves your risk profile and everything. And that didn't exist in August of 2020. And so there was a series of events and finding my co-founder Max and several failed ideas. And then Mango Markets came about, which was really to provide margin trading on top of Serum. And that was the genesis, that was the origin. But going from there, we were like, okay, let's, and so that's, in terms of timeline, that's like 2021, March 2021. So going from there, we're like, okay, actually we can do everything. We don't need to just do margin trading, right? There's obviously borrow and lending is really just margin trading without the trading component. We could do perps, and we can do hundreds of markets. So from there, from March of 2021, we've been iterating, and right now Mango Markets is margin trading, borrow lending. It's governed by a DAO. It is perpetual swaps. There's up to 15 markets right now, most of which are running on Pyth, using Pyth as the oracle. And yeah, and a bunch of all open source and all publicly available tools. So let's see. I wanted to show you some of the I don't know. I feel like talking a lot is boring for everyone, so I just wanted to show you some aspects of this. And well, it turns out we're in the United States, and you might see here. Well, if I log in, yeah, country not allowed. And so we'll do some trades, but we'll do it on DevNet. So we'll see. Let's do that first. Wow, BTC's going down, huh? Maybe let's do a, okay. Oh God. So one cool thing is what you're looking at here is actually the Serum order book. And everything's like, composing on top. And so one cool thing we can do on Mango Markets, because everything is cross-collateralized and cross-margined together, we can just do like a simple basis trade. Like for example, we could buy 1 ETH, right? And transaction sent. 2 transactions, it has to create like a Serum DEX, open orders account. And we did the trade. Now we have 1 ETH here. I don't know. I guess I borrowed some USD. This is all on DevNet, and I'm paying interest and all this stuff. Oh, look, wow. I'm earning 130% interest on my ETH. And so this is probably a really good trade, but I want to hedge my ETH exposure. So let me sell 1 ETH. It's sort of as simple as this. Cool, done. Now I have 1 ETH short, and I have 1 ETH long, which is, wow, I'm already earned like 10 to the -6 ETH for my interest. And so it's really that simple and straightforward and easy. Probably don't need to spend too much time explaining to you like how derivatives work, how margin works, and even if you wanted to know all those things, we do have great explainers, and they're like in our Notion docs. So let's get back to this. Yeah, there's a borrowing lending feature, which maybe we'll get back to later. There's a lot of tools that, and this is kind of like, you might be asking, okay, why should I use Mango Markets, or what's cool about Mango Markets that you can't do on Ameritrade or whatever? You guys probably have like prime brokerages and stuff. This audience, what's cool is things like being able to view anybody's account. So like, for example, this is an account. This is not my account. I'm not connected. This is just like somebody we found who was making a lot of money on Mango. And just go view their account as though it's your account. This person deposited $1,000 in October, and you know their entire deposit history. This is all of it. Like, this is all on chain and fully verifiable. And then they have an account value of 450K. So I guess through trades, I don't know, 400x in like 3 months on Mango Markets. This is not the average trader, by the way. This is someone who's obviously running a very serious operation. And there's just like a lot of, okay, so you can see their performance, just like as if it was your own account. Again, not an average trader. I didn't want to show my account because it would look very bad. Yeah. So this is not something that you can really do on Ameritrade, right? Just go to anybody's account. I mean, obviously we don't know the identities of these people, and that's good. And unless they want to put their identity on chain somehow, we won't know, and I think that's good. And also, like, here's their trade history. Like, okay, they recently just shorted some BNB. Like, we can go see who did they trade against. This guy who named his account Green. This guy is also doing very well. Everyone's making money except me, I guess. So yeah, so I mean, you get the idea. This is like you can just go through this like a Wikipedia link type of thing. Like, okay, this guy traded some FTT perp. Let's go see his account. And okay, the first guy. He's just traded with the first guy. Maybe they're just trading against each other a lot. Anyway, but there's a kind of like fun openness to all of this that just in TradFi, like TradFi, the standard operating procedure is like keep everything secret, and in DeFi, the standard operating procedure is keep everything public and open. So that's something cool I wanted to demonstrate. Let's look at, so you might want to know what's going on with Mango, like are people actually using it? And yeah, so this looks like a pretty healthy chart. This is monthly trading volume. And we launched like this version of the protocol in August of 2021. And so from there, it's just been going up. January, we've had like less volume, but January is also not over. And you guys can come help pump these numbers up. It's really up to you. And lifetime volume of 7 billion. So a lot of people seem to like it. And again, a big part of DeFi is like the incredible growth that's happening. I can talk about. I can talk about. Let's get back to like some of the demonstrations towards towards the end here, because I can talk about the Mango DAO, which is cool. I wanted to do some transactions, but let's get to that towards the end. So another question is like why DeFi, right? Like, and I listed a few things here. Composability. So obviously Mango is composed on top of Pyth and Serum. And that is if you look at the spot order book, it's actually just the Serum order book, and we are just providing a view on top of it. And Pyth is just another program that's running that we're just like using their data. And well, you have these things go in extremely complex, layers and layers. So Pyth and Serum are coming together and producing Mango, but also Mango is producing like other, branching off from Mango. There's UXD, which is a decentralized stablecoin, which is basically like this basis trade. It's a stablecoin that is, you can mint a UXD token by depositing some token. And they deposit it into Mango and then sell the perp of that token. And because everything's cross-collateralized, all of this makes sense. And I had open here. Oh yeah, here we go. This is the UXD account, and you can see like right now they only support Sol. This is the UXD Mango account, and like you can, again we're in the United States, so we're not allowed to do anything, but you could go to UXD website and it would basically deposit Sol and it would increment the Sol here, and then it would short they would short one perp, an equivalent amount, and they would be delta neutral. And yeah, you could see some of the trades. People have been minting this stuff. Let's see. So yeah, and then also, this might be interesting to some of you. You can, in a totally transparent way, just create like a hedge fund on chain. So maybe you have a strategy. Maybe you're like this guy who, let's see, this guy who has like this incredible. What is it? What is the Sharp here? I don't know, like 500 or something. I don't know. This guy could open a hedge fund and accept capital and basically run it on chain in a decentralized manner. Another cool thing is atomic arbitrage. So usually, if you're doing arbitrage, you're putting on there's two legs to the trade. You're doing one trade in New York and another trade in Chicago or whatever. You're arbitraging between two venues, and that's cool. In DeFi, the same thing happens, but it can also happen in a much more risk-free manner. So you can go to an app like Drift, another perps trading protocol on Solana, and you can have an atomic transaction where you put one instruction, which is buy on Mango, the other instruction, which is sell on Drift, and either they both execute at the same time or they both fail at the same time. And of course, you can specify like, I want to buy Sol at 130 on Mango and sell it at 131 on Drift. And if one of those legs of the transaction doesn't work, then the whole transaction fails. Whereas if you were trying to do this in regular crypto world, like maybe you're arbitrage between FTX and Binance, you would have this issue that maybe sometimes you get executed on Binance, but then you don't get executed on FTX or vice versa. And that's a cause for an issue. The other thing is like the fact that this is global and censorship resistant. So maybe the liquidity isn't the best right now, but the fact that everyone can access it from every corner of the globe means that, and the fact that everyone knows that everyone else can access it means that the obvious best play is to be set up on DeFi, be set up on Mango markets, because eventually everyone's going to figure out, oh yeah, like that's where I want to be, because that's where everyone else can be. Not everyone can be on NASDAQ, right? But everyone can be on Mango. So there's pretty big advantage there. Yeah, and another thing that I'm kind of tailored this to like the audience in the room. If you are in TradFi right now and you're market making, or you have some kind of trading skills, the Mango DAO would really value your contributions, like probably would value your contributions more than your current employer. That's in terms of like how much liquidity incentives are going out. Right now, it's about 50 million Mango tokens per year that's being pumped out in liquidity incentives, and literally like random people, like college students with a laptop are getting all of that money. And I don't know why it should be them and not, professional traders. Although, I support all people to get the liquidity mining. Right, and so the liquidity mining just works by just placing trades on the book. You can lose money. That's risky. You can get picked off. All the usual problems with making markets. And also, we're working on a possible DMM program, a designated market maker program that would have to be approved by the DAO. But that's going to be something that like you guys might be interested in. And there's also in sharp contrast to everything that happens in TradFi, the market maker, or the top market maker, the one that has made sort of 50% of the volume on Mango markets, is completely open source. So here's a link to it. And that's like, you might not want to be open source, you might not want to publish what you make, but this is like a great starting off point. And also, liquidations is another thing that requires a little bit of capital and someone with a little bit of know-how to run. It's a decentralized platform, so it means nobody really, there's no exchange that will give you a margin call, right? So there's just somebody who has to take out the bad risk in the system, and there's just bots that we've published that you can run. So cool. This is my favorite. So let's see if I can get to my favorite part of the talk, which is yeah. Let's see. Just like making some Mango DAO proposals. So a big part of Mango, which you can't. I don't think this is separable from the trading aspects, because all of the everything that's built and everything that functions works because there's a distributed community of developers, there's funding mechanisms, there's an insurance fund. All of that works because of the Mango DAO, and so you can't really separate the two. And I think this is maybe something that is much more interesting, a much more interesting aspect of DeFi, especially. So let's see if I can connect to my Daffy wallet. Connect. So let me see if I can make some proposals. So actually, what I had planned here was like, let me make a proposal to Bartosz for compensate Bartosz for putting together. Well, I guess Jordan did some work too, but let's give some money. I only have the address for Bartosz, which is published. Hacker House. Cool. And Here's his address. I'm not like doxing him right now. This is b.sol. He has published it himself. Let's send him some money. So there's 58 million in the DAO treasury. There's actually more, we'd like to isolate the risk, so there's like 10 million in insurance vault and so forth. So let's send Bartosz some money. What's like an acceptable amount to send Bartosz for all his work? $10. Okay, I'm gonna do $10. Let's creating proposal. All right, there we go. So Bartosz, and I'm actually gonna deny this, and I'm gonna tell you. So this is all on chain, so I'm gonna leave a comment here. So actually, like today, there was no cookies in some of the lunches, which was kind of disappointing. Like it happened to me and it happened to Tyler too. And I'm not sure if Bartosz was in charge of the lunches, but anyway, I'm denying the proposal. But everyone should vote their conscience. All right. Whoa. We already got, so someone with 500 mangoes already voted. The sandwiches were fine, but I feel like you need the cookies. But okay, but it felt like because some people got the cookies and some people didn't, which is what it was anyway. I want to hold, I want to hold the stand. I want to protect the DAO treasury. So yeah, so that's that's a thing that. I mean, I could even open a proposal for myself for this talk. And we have my address here. I think this is totally fair because I'm copy. The internet's not right here. I think. Are you guys running Pyth from here, from this building? You guys are like, it's insane. What's a fair amount for this presentation? So I know like speakers fees, I know like the Treasury Secretary had like a 100K, 200K, something like that. And I'm not nearly as important as like Janet Yellen, but pretty close. So I would say like 100K is a fair amount. That's 10K. Sorry, just can't see. 100K for this talk. And well, I have a rule that I'm not going to vote myself money, so that's not enforceable. But I'm just not going to vote. I just feel like it's pro-social behavior that everyone should uphold. And yeah, so you guys can vote on whether I should get 100K for this talk, and it's totally up to you. Right, and you can propose anything else you want to. That's kind of the point. Like if you want to increase the leverage on a particular thing that you're trading, like you don't think the DAO is being too conservative with leverage. Something you can just propose, which you can't do in TradFi. What's my time? Okay. I also wanted to kind of, anyway, I already demonstrated like the trading aspects of it, the borrow lending. Yeah, I think that's it. That was our entire talk.